Hello viewers, welcome to the eSeniors GT3 Championship. Quick sound check, anybody watching, can they hear me? If so, just give me a thumbs up or say something in the chat. Otherwise I've no way of knowing, and as concurrent viewers is one, I'm not too sure whether anyone is watching because it could be me. Anyway, we are at Snetterton and it's the Porsche Cup. And interesting this week, the Porsche Cup is including the DLC. So we have the new version of the Porsche Cup and we have two drivers running the old one. So this is going to be quite interesting just to see how things pan out. I think I know where it's going because I've been watching pre-qualifying, and I think it's fair to say, apart from sounding completely different, the new Porsche is quicker than the old Porsche. But hey, I think we knew that, didn't we? So straight across to qualifying. You can see all the cars lined up in the pit lane, and what we'll do is we'll go out with Derrick Byrd, and when he comes to do his lap, I'll do an onboard with him. Just getting some information up on the track. So if I can share anything, I can share a bit of information, shall we say. Go on board with him when he comes round. Hi Willie. Thanks for letting me know, mate. Much appreciate it. Been a busy week on this track. Some really good races. And ironically, not too many incidents. Yes, there's been one or two. But some of the races have been packed with cars. And believe it or not, we've managed to get away with not having catastrophic events on the track. So it's been quite good actually. It's as clean as I suppose it can get, but you know, it's all about sometimes just keeping out of trouble, getting round in one piece and not ruining your laps. He's coming through the quite difficult section this actually. The intention is you want to go, but the car will drift to the left. I'll go through that when we go through the corner now. So just coming down the start finish straight, which is called the centre straight. You're braking after the number one marker, braking hard into the right, which is called Riches. He'll drift the car left and get the power down as soon as possible here, and he'll be braking around the 2 marker into the hairpin, which is called Montreal. Again, in the Porsche it's difficult to get the power down early. He'll drift the car to the right and he'll brake into the corner, and that takes us into Palmer. Look to get the power down and drift the car to the right a little bit, and then he'll be hard on the brakes around the 2 marker into Agostini. Take all the pace off the car, get the power down, and I've been looking to cut this corner. He'll ease off the throttle, look to cut this corner, and this is Hamilton. He dropped down a little bit there. Get the car to the left, brake hard into the little hairpin called Oggies. Gently on the power here, and on here you want to brake a little bit, take power off into Williams so you can get the car straight on the way out without drifting too far, otherwise you will go into that wall on the other side. And we're now on the Bentley straight. Good straight this, but it's just not long enough to pass. You tend to find yourself catching just as you're coming into the braking zone. This takes it to left under a Brundle. Hard on the brakes, getting the car straight into this corner, Nelson, and then getting into the difficult bit, the right into Bomhold. And then keep the car accelerating, keep it to the right, and try and keep it to the right as much as possible. You may drift left ever so slightly. It's about playing with the throttle here. This is into Coram, and then left into Murray's. Power down onto the straight. Really good lap that. Let's see what his lap time is. He's going over, doing a 1:51. It's not a bad time that. Let's jump on board with someone who's likely to do quite a quick lap. Let's look for Lars. Looking for Lars Eklund. Yeah. But Lars has got that really wrong. I'll change to someone else. I'm looking for someone who's try with Dave Thompson. Dave Thompson qualified with a 154.4 so far. He's going to have to really get himself sorted. I was on board with Dave Thompson before. He seems to be struggling into Bundle and Nelson a little bit, but we'll see whether that was just him warming it up, getting the tyres all sorted. Hi Krista, welcome to the stream. Hopefully picture quality is good, and we can see Dave Thompson's now 1.5 seconds up. And that's still, he should be looking at 3 seconds up here really. I'm sure he's going to gain, and he is. He's now starting to put a bit of power down in the car. He's very gentle there. He's just lost a load of time to that one corner alone. He really needs to try and gain a few more seconds, I'm going to say, not tenths, seconds. I mean, he is actually he's one of the guys in the new Porsche. He's currently being outdone by Billy, who's in the old generation Porsche. He's going to get taken here, I appreciate it. This is the bit Dave's been struggling in. He's taking that corner too tight. The other guys are taking it more straighter. He's losing a lot of time. I mean, he's gaining now, but in general I think he's losing 2 or 3 tenths in that corner alone in the grand scheme of things. But I think from that perspective he needs to get the car over to the left more and rotate it in. And this corner he's taking very tight as well. Again, you want to try and get that to the right hand side and get it into the left hand side. So he's 1.8 seconds up. He will be in the 152s. That will move him up into 6, but I think he's going to tumble down a little bit. Lars Eklund's now in second. Derrick Byrd's in a 150.8. Neil Bywater, who's in the old Porsche, is currently doing well. He's in 4th and he is up only ever so slightly. A bit of oversteer there, a bit of correction. 1/10 up. I think if Neil can get into the 151s, I think he's done well, purely because of the deficit on the speed of the car. It does look like the new Porsche is a good second quicker. And whether that's because of the traction, whether the aero, I mean the engine sounds unreal. I will show you that during the race. The sound on the engines are just completely different. Go to the far chase of this car. You can hear just how quiet it is. It's quite reserved a little bit. If we go to the back of another car, you're going to have to get your tissue sorted, I think, because it's screaming for fun. Back on board with Neil now. So Neil's now 2/10 up, so this is going to take him into the 151s. Hi Nikos. He's 3/10 up, so he's going to be into the 151s, but I don't know where he's going to gain time in the old Porsche, just because of the difference in performance. I mean, the choice was there for people to purchase it at the end of the day, but I think if you're looking to win, you needed to have got the newer Porsche, because I reckon it'd give Neil a good second. He's going to go over the 151.8, I think. Just check. He's gone over the 151.8. I reckon he will be in the 150s, probably a good second clear of that, and that will put him on, running at the front really. Saying that, but what he's done, the time's stunning. The car he's got, to be fair. So I'm not going to diss him for that. I'm going to jump on board with David Gerrard. David Gerrard, aka Pit Bits, the car that always wants to kill him. I'm sure we'll have seen that. Now, Nikos, there's 2 drivers in the old car. There's 3 drivers in the old car. Andrew Ambro, Billy Stewart and Neil Bywater. On the timing chart, you will see the little green kink next to the name of the driver on their number, just to tell you it's running the old Porsche. So you'll see little green ticks on against them, just so you can see who's on the actual the old Porsche compared to the new one. Hi Terry. Lots of spins tonight, I think, so I think it's a spinning class tonight. But David Gerrard lost a lot of time here, but he is in the 150.9, so he's doing well. We've already got cars going off track and heading to the pits as a result of the difficulty to drive. I'm going to stick with Steve Howells. Halfway around the track, he's 6/10 up. This will put him into the 151.8s, and we'll put him in the top 10 if he can keep it going. See, there's another car just shattered all the bollards there. One of the PWS cars. Yeah, Steve Howells is definitely on a fast lap here. He doesn't really want anyone to get in his way. Hi Terry! Off camber, you mean Nick? Oh, it's not camper. Off camber. Lots of campers around Snetterton. Camper vans. Yeah, this corner here is a off camber corner. And this corner here turns from an in camber to an out camber. It's now gone to the left. And that's why the car forces to go left a little bit. Yeah, and really important to get your tyres set up for the camber on this track. Because it allows you into the corners quicker if you've got your camber set correctly. Yeah, so Howells did do well there, he moved up a bit. Going to go back on board with Dave Thompson. Dave Thompson's 4/10 up, he's looking to try and break into the... No, he's not. We'll jump back with Don Harvey. Don Harvey's a second up, he's looking for a 152.3 at the moment, which will bang him up to 11th. If he can gain another 10th, he could be in the top 10 here. But Eric Stricker a 152 in, 152.2 in, playing 11th. And Don's backed out of his lap as well. In fact, he did a 152.4, so he did go faster. Yeah, I think a lot of drivers are starting to feel it a little bit. John Saunders is going quicker. He's 2/10 up. He's going for pole this lap here. If he can gain another 10th, he's looking at potentially at pole. Now, whether he'll get it or not, I don't know. He's 2/10 up. He's now looking at pole. He's 3/10 up, but Lars is absolutely flying as well. So I think we could be on board with with the second place car here, and the guy who's currently in pole. Oh, he's lost all his time as Lars. And now it's looking like Mark Rogers. Oh, I tell you what, I couldn't work this out. He lost a bit of time there, Saunders. He lost 2/10, not being able to get the power down. He's lost all his time. So we've got Lars, Mark Rogers and John Saunders currently battling. Now unfortunately you'll notice I've not got my split screen up because Kunos will not allow you to spectate on a track you've not purchased. So I can't do my split screen. Sorry about that. Hi Lee. So we're stuck with a single view today. Can't justify buying all the tracks again. Wife will kill me. I'll just get in the game for a second time. And John Saunders, is he going to? Is he going to make it? Oh no, he didn't gain. He's just behind Rogers. Rogers by 300ths of a second. Yeah, I think Neil Bywater's on a good lap at the moment. So Neil's... So what the game's done is it's split the Porsche into two classes. The old Porsche versus the new Porsche. So Neil's leading his class, if you like. Even though they are both the Porsche Cup, it has recognised they are two different Porsches. And they are classed as two different categories in the game. But Neil's definitely leading that. Keeping an eye on John Saunders as a result of Neil's lap here. Because John Saunders is going quicker. And he's now on pole if he can carry on. We'll see where that takes him. Neil just getting a bit squiggly there. He's okay. He's got Billy in front of him, who's also in the old Porsche as well. And I believe that that's probably Ambro in front of him as well. So there's 3 cars on track here. Ooh, did that put him off? They're all old Porsches. I think if that's Ambro, that's an old Porsche as well. No, that's the new Porsche. That's Thompson. So Neil's 5/10 up. He's going for a 151.3, 151.4. There you go, 151.3. Saunders is flying. Here comes pole. Well, we think here comes pole. Mr. Party Pooper's on his way. You know what I'm talking about though, Mr. Party Pooper, don't you? I'll cover that one in a minute. It's close this for pole. Saunders has lost time here. He's gained, he's gone to second place, he's gone to pole. But it's going to be a wasted exercise. Mr. Party Pooper's here. He's 6/10 up. He's 8/10 up. He's going for a 150 flat or a 150.1. He was in a 149 a second ago. So he's going for a 150.1. He's just lost a bit of. He's lost a tenth coming out of that corner. Still flying though. He takes the car wide and tries to straighten up into the corner to get the power down early. 6/10 up. Definitely taking pole with the ball, even with the oversteer. Nice. 7/10. He's getting another 10th. 8/10. He's going for. Oh, I was going to say he's going for the 149. Oh, he's just had a bit of a mare there through that bit in the curb. He's lost all his time. He might not. He's not getting pole now. Oh, what a mare he had there. He was walking it. Now, it's not over. Oh, Lars went very deep there. Oh, he stuffed it. Lars was on 3/10 up. And the other guy who's running well at the moment, who's going for pole, is Mark Rogers. His lap time, oh, he's lost it all. Let's see how he does. He's lost all his time there. He's getting a 10th now. He needs to get the power down quickly here. Let's see if he can gain another 10th. No, he's lost it. I think we could be looking at the end of the qualifying here, with drivers as they are in situ. Oh, he's 2/10 up Rogers. Tell you what. He's lost it all again. He's lost it all again. He's the only car on track at the moment. He desperately needs a 10th. 2/10 is absolute. Can he get this corner nailed? 1/10 up. Oh, he stuffed it. Just waiting for the cars to come onto the grid. Don't think it'll be long now. Just waiting for them to set themselves up onto the grid, and then I can get set up for the grid walk. Let's see where this takes us. So John Saunders managed to claim pole with a 150.432. Hugh Morris never managed to get a lap in. Unfortunately, he did try, but just couldn't get the car to stick on track. Danny Britos is the registered slowest driver with a 154.890. But again, it's all about keeping this the car on the track, and the guys have probably managed to do a lap, but didn't want to push in case they went off. Yeah, I'm still waiting for this to switch over, but we'll see. It will switch over at some point. I did play with it to try and improve it, and it looks like we're going to do it. So just give me a second while I can sort up the grid walk. And then I'll get the grid walk done for you all. And then, okay, so off we go. So we'll go down the grid. Something else I need to change in a minute, which I will do as well. Pole position, John Saunders in the blue. In the red and white is Lars Eklund. In the purple and gold, he's added gold to his car this time. Going out, he says on the back of it, Chris Bourne. And then one of the first PWS cars of Mark Rogers. We then have Derrick Byrd in the blue and silver, and we have the second PWS, or aqua green, shall I say, sponsored car driven by David Gerrard. Neil Bywater did a fantastic job in the end in his car. I think that's the right car, it is indeed. PJ Vitala managed to get himself into 8th. Mark Christopher in the other aqua green car as well in 9th. Eric Dont in the red one, and he's on 10th. Steve Howells in the white number 969, and alongside him we've got Dave Thompson in a very similar car to PJ, so I better make sure I don't get them mixed up. We then have Don Harvey in the number 59 in 13th place, and we have Goran Larson, Billy Stewart in the British flag liveried car. We then have Mike Molesky, Manuel Sousa, Jeremy Arabas in the silver, Andrew Ambro in the old Porsche, Aaron Shannon in the orange-red one, Daniel Britos in the blue and white, and Hugh Morris in the pink and white. So, go to the helicam. Something I also need to do, which for some reason has caused me a little bit of an issue, and I don't know why. Oops, didn't want to do that. Is this. You can't see what I'm doing. Yeah, there you go. It's a bit better. My apologies for that on the stream if anybody spotted it. Right, it's ready to go, shall we say? This is the front. Now if I had the split camera I'd have 2 views, but unfortunately I can't do that. It's looking like it's going to be a bit busy into corner. Corner 1's not too bad. It's the braking zone in T2 that causes the problems. The hard braking into the hairpin. Most people can seem to get round T1 quite easily, but they just can't seem to brake into T2, and you get people trying to dive up the inside, and there's cars coming around the corner, and it can be a complete crap fest if it goes wrong. The lights look green as soon as, there we go, that's it, green. And John's made a great start, and Chris Bourne's made a great start alongside Mark Rogers, and has gained a position as well. So far so good. Everyone's getting through, everyone's made it. Let's get back to the front. The braking zone's going to become critical here. Everyone's made it through there as well. Wow, difficult car, and yet everyone gets through. Fantastic, guys. Yeah, I'm not seeing any incidents at all, no contacts. Neil Bywater putting pressure on Derrick Byrd, Neil in the old Porsche. There was contact at the back. No one's gone off though. Lars Eklund's putting pressure on John Saunders. Obviously the cold tyres are going to be cold, and they do take a lap or 2 at Snetterton to get warmed up, so I think we'll see where this takes us when the tyres get up to space. Sousa's off, and I think that is an incident, so let's see what's happened there. A few cars, they managed to get through T1. Goran's come round the corner, he's behind Billy Stewart. Anything happening here so far? Is it just an out-braking manoeuvre? No problem there. Oh, he's been hit, and Sousa went off track to avoid contact, and then he got hit by the same car. Yeah, a couple of cars gone off there as a result of just braking too late, which is something obviously we see quite a lot, and the drivers still need to realise that your tyres don't warm up straight away, and certainly your brakes don't. So a couple of incidents there. Hopefully none of them race ruining. Ambro's off. I'm trying to catch him. He spun the car. There was no incident involved there. And you can see there Mike Molesky's got going again. There's Andrew Ambro and Donna Harvey, sorry. So Andrew Ambro's just sat at the back now. Lars is putting pressure on Saunders. We've got a good battle going on for 8th place between Eric and PJ. And Jeremy's off. Jeremy's over-rotated it as well. So he's now heading to the back of the field again. No incident, he's just over-rotated the car. Jump forward to Eric. A couple of cars battling here. We've got Eric, PJ, Steve Howells. Oh, and that was a car spinning out just behind. PJ's put too much into it, and he's now losing places. There's cars going off everywhere. What has he said about spinning around? Good start, cars going off everywhere. So Eric's carrying on, the pressure's off. He's now putting pressure on Christopher. Christopher did pass him, but now Eric's tyres are just starting to come up to speed. Oh, he's over-rotated it. He's gone. Oh, he's just kept it there. Great recovery there from Eric, but so easy just to get. You just want that extra power you put the foot down and the back says, sorry mate, I'm not playing today, and it just takes you off. Oh yeah, I'm just watching, I'm trying to keep an eye on the splits on the screen now to see where everyone's up to. Just trying to keep an eye on everything actually. It's quite difficult because we've got quite a few different times coming up. Oh, that's the best one. Okay, so Derrick Byrd is now putting pressure on Mark Rogers. I will try and keep as much action as possible. So Jeremy's now at the back. He's back up and running, but he's 3 seconds behind Andrew Ambro. Aaron Shannon's running slow, or he hasn't gone off. He's probably got a missed braking point into a corner or something, and he's just running slower. So a white flag indicates that the driver's running slower than they would be at that normal part of the track. So that usually tells me they've outbroke themselves, as has Mr. Sousa. Sousa's gone off. Ambro's managed to pass him, and I think we'll see Jeremy come round the corner as well behind him. There's no battles now. The battles have calmed down a little bit. Yeah, that's what you've got to do. Just take the car easily. This is the real battle. We've got Saunders. And we've got, in fact, what we'll do. In fact, Neil Bywater's gone off. Bywater's off. And he's trying to recover the car. But that was self-inflicted. Again, too much power. Heavy pedal, and he's lost several places as a result of going off there as well. So, well, it's proving to be quite a difficult track to go around. Let's have a bit of a sound check. Oh, and Molesky puts his foot down, and straight away you could hear the car just go, no! Thank you. David Gerrard has just passed Billy. Billy's lost a lot of places. Billy is in one of the older Porsches, so there's a possibility there he lost places as a result of that. But you can hear the engine difference, so listen to that under power compared to that under power. One's absolutely screaming at you. Tyler's catching up on Larson. That's Gore and Larson. Got 2 Larsons in the group, and it looks like there's a bit of a party going on off field. So it looks like, let's just do a quick replay of that, because there seem to be a couple of cars going off. Gerard's the one who, like, the car's going to kill him. He's trying its hardest. He's flying down here. Now, did anything cause him to go off, or did he just, oh, he's very late under braking. He's very late under braking. Oh, he nearly recovered it. He just couldn't do that. And I think another car behind him also did the same. Yeah, you could see Billy had gone off as well. Billy followed him into the same zone, but Billy managed to keep going, and Billy's gained a couple of places as a result of that. So David Gerrard's now down to 17th, and Hugh, who started at the back, is now into 15th because of the problems other drivers have been having. But just get your foot down, get your head down, concentrate, and you know what? You can gain places. He's made 7 places up to you already, as a result of just keeping it on track. He's watched other cars fall off. Oh, that's not a move. David Gerrard. Sorry, can't. that didn't appear like a move there. Sorry, I was trying to do a replay, then the replay didn't work. Let's go back and do a full 30-second replay. He's come up the inside. He's obviously got the speed. We know that. And he's in an equal Porsche in front of him. He comes round the corner. They've all gone wide into the corner. He's tried to go down the inside. I mean, he's lost out there, unfortunately, but there wasn't contact with Aaron Shannon. He's just tried to. He may have missed his braking point and he was a passenger. Neil Bywater's off again, so when the replay, you can see there, Mike Molesky's struggling. He's just recovered, managed to get the dart. Neil Bywater's off. He's struggling. He's looks like he's damaged his car as well. Meanwhile, Chris Bourne's just done a 150.6. There's Andrew Ambro, who he's now managed to pass Neil Bywater. So Neil and Andrew are in the same car. David Gerrard's going slow again. Looking a bit wobbly there, so I'm wondering whether he's gone off it or missed his braking point again. He's back up to speed again, as is Neil Bywater. Well, the battle's going on at the front. This battle isn't changing. You can see Chris Bourne is giving Lars a run for his money as well. He's just less than a second behind, and that's the view from Saunders' car. So Lars and Chris are really close now. We'll see if Saunders can put under pressure. It's going to be hard, this, Nikos. Yeah, the three guys up front are doing well. But only one of them has to go off track, and it's game over. We've seen that, all the drivers. In fact, Hugh, who I was praising, is now last. Goes to show how quick it escalates and turns around this. It's a difficult car, difficult track, and it tries and pushes the limits of the drivers. These three drivers. Chris is very quick into that corner. Very quick. I actually thought he was out of control, but he wasn't. His car control was brilliant. These three are leading. I'm going to jump back a little bit because Dave Thompson is now putting pressure on Steve Howells. Steve Howells is in the white. Dave Thompson is in the gold and black with red flash. And he was putting pressure on Steve Howells. So he gained on him quite a lot on the Bentley straight. I don't know whether Howells just had a bad run out. You can see there Dave's really got the corner. He's losing a lot of time in that corner, as I said on his hot lap earlier on. Howells is just keeping him at bay there. So we'll go back. David Gerrard is now gaining again, and he's now trying to pass Don Harvey. The car's not killed him yet. He hasn't hit the barriers. So until he hits the barriers and damages his car, I think pits will carry on. Oh, and there you go. Both drivers. The first car nearly spun out, but Don Harvey definitely spun out. So Aaron Shannon just managed to keep it, and David Gerrard's now managing to gain a few places. Jeremy's gone off again. He's gone off a big off there. Let's have a quick look at that one. Just see where he went off. Oh, he's come back on and then went off. Yeah, really struggling with the cars. Really struggling. And I can't even say it's the new or the old Porsche because it seems to be everything. Everyone's having the same problems regardless of which car they're in. Old Porsche in the top 10. No, the first old Porsche is Billy Stewart. If you look in the timing tower, you'll notice a little green triangle next to Billy's number. They're the drivers who are in the old Porsche, the ones with the little green flash. And Billy, speak of the devil's just gone off, so he's now moving down a couple of positions there. And Danny Britos is now running 11th. He come to server late. I think he was last but one on the grid. He's now in 11th. Danny's just got on with it. He has just got his head down and gone on with it. And I think he's one of the guys running the old Porsche, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's running the new Porsche. In fact, I'm trying to work out, we should have three drivers. We have Andrew, Neil Bywater and Billy Stewart are all the guys running the old Porsche. Yeah, the gap at the front's eased off a little bit. It looks like Saunders has managed just to put a bit of breathing room between him and Lars. I'm going to go to Steve Howells actually because Thompson's got him this time. He's really close. Early on into the lap as well, so Thompson's got a good number, a bit of time to try and gain him. Great traction there for Howells, brilliant traction. Really getting away from Dave. Not giving up though, Dave. A little bit deep there, deeper than Steve. Steve will keep the power on as a result. Dave will have eased off a little bit there just to keep him on track. Going for the break up the inside. We've got the power down well there, Steve. You can see it, hear him just put the power down just as the car was settled. Great balance that. See the gaps there. There's certain parts of the track, and we've got a car going off. Andrew Ambro I just saw bouncing across the screen. In the background, he's just been off into Montreal, is it? The hairpin, you know which one? The Scary Tree hairpin. Yeah, he's really struggling. Yet Howells is doing all right. He's not closing Dont down, but he's really trying his hardest to have an effort here. He's 1.5 seconds behind Eric Dont. Eric Dont's 4 seconds behind Christopher. Billy Stewart's going slow again. Christopher's the leading Aqua Green Porsche. So Aqua Green, one of our sponsors, along with PWS and Syndeo, Syndeo.world, preciouswashers.co.uk and Aqua Green. So the Porsches are running the Aqua Green livery, and one of our sponsors. And a big shout out to them for supporting us and all the people who donate. If you go to the website, there's a link as well to our merchandise shop if anybody fancies anything. Some good stuff in there. You know, hoodies, t-shirts and stuff like that. Some really nice stuff. Chris Bourne is putting pressure on Lars now, so I don't know if Lars has just lost a bit of time with the tyres. He's certainly struggling to keep up with John Saunders. We know Chris Bourne's up in it for the long term as well, so he'll just keep going and going and going and going and going. Lap after lap after lap without fail. I was racing yesterday in the Ginetta Cup. I couldn't say I kept up with him for 2 laps because I didn't really. He was always pulling away. But the guy's just a machine. I had a consistency rating in that race yesterday of 99.43. By far the highest consistency rating I've ever had. He had a 99.67. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, that goes to show that the number of inconsistent parts of the track he had. I thought I'd done well. He'd done even better. There's a few guys just below that, but that was the highest I've ever had from a consistency perspective. 99.43, and I think it was 6.7. I mean, it's nearly 100% consistency. The guy's a machine. No one's gaining though. Lars is back on John Saunders. I think the pressure from Chris has pushed Lars forward a little bit. Refreshment. No, it's not alcohol. It's a... what is it I'm drinking? It's Fanta Raspberry Zero Sugar. Nice and sweet. Nice and cold, more importantly. It's good. Looking at some of the liveries that are going to be produced in the next batch of liveries. Some fantastic liveries on show as well. So a new car, people have started putting new liveries together and expressing themselves in different ways. Some really good stuff coming out now. Again, Nikos has been part of that. Big shout out to Nikos. But a couple of the guys have equally done some liveries. There's a cracking James Bond Lambo one. I think that's the ST2. And the way he's used the colours, the black on black with a matte and a sparkle, really is good. I don't know how much of that you'll see on the stream, but yeah, it looks really good. Lars just got onto the curb there a little bit, but managed to hold it. No battles, absolutely no battles. It's quite a... yeah, I'll go to this one. Oh, I was just about to say we'll go to Danny Britos being chased by David Gerrard, and Danny Britos goes off. He's back up and running again. Goran Larsson's closing up, or was closing up to Gerrard, struggling here. Again, his back end's just come out a little bit under power. He's still trying to put the power down early. And these cars, as we know, don't have traction control. So if you put the power down into a corner or coming out of a corner, it will spin you off. It's as simple as that. Got to really treat these cars gently. That was a good corner though, he's got that in, as has Goran. Goran's 2 places off the top 10, which would be fantastic for Goran. Quite a quiet stream tonight. Not many viewers. Let's have a look who we can follow. Neil Bywater's really struggling. He's 7.7 seconds behind Billy. Interesting now, the 3 old Porsches are nearly all together. I don't know if they're indicative of the car, but they're all very, very similar now on the track. So in front of Neil is Billy. 2 places behind Neil is Andrew Ambro, and they're all in the old Porsche. So I think they're really struggling. Right, I'm going to go to Howells. Christopher's gone off. And that means the aqua green car is now going to lose places. Eric, Howells and Thompson have all managed to pass. And they've moved up a place, and he's managed to have a safe join there. So Howells massively closed in on Eric Dont. I don't know whether Eric saw Christopher go in there and eased off just in case. I mean, if that's the case, that's good driving. Obviously, there was no contact made between the other cars. But I think this battle's going to carry on. PJ is now after Christopher. Has Christopher done his tyres in? He's just overheated a little bit. We know PJ's good in the Porsche because he drives the normal Porsche in racing. And I think he's always done the Porsche Cup. Always a bit twitchy there though. I put pressure on Christopher. Of course, another mistake out of Christopher. Let's go on board. He's looking fast on the straight, Christopher. As we've seen, he's just made a mistake, so a bit deep there as well. PJ will be looking at the areas where he can pass him. I'm going to go forward again. Howells has caught up Dont. He's got a cracking run out of that corner. It's not going to be enough, but Howells is looking extremely quick here now. He's having a great race, as Howells. Thompson's really putting pressure on him as well. This battle is the battle for 6th place. They are 20 seconds behind Derrick Byrd, so I don't think they're going to gain on Derrick easily unless Derrick makes a mistake. Hi Mike. Yes, sounds like wave racing wasps. Well, if we go to this view, I need your tissues. Just saying. Sounds nothing like the old Porsche. Nothing like the old Porsche. The old Porsche sounds a bit of a damn squid compared to this. Right, we'll jump back to Thompson so we can see all 3 cars. We've got Thompson on board with car 18. Howells in front of that. And then we've got Dont in front of that. Thompson's been after Howells for a while. Howells has caught up Dont in the last 2 laps. So this is the battle. I still think Thompson, if he went wide, he'd get a run out of that corner. You see he's losing time in that corner, just coming out of it a little bit too tight and severe. Listen to that revving, proper going for it. Mind you, the new Ferrari, that pops. Looks like took the sign down for the braking point. Gear in second there as well, as you can hear. We're on the wheels, so we're rotating first, spinning out. Going for it though. These 3 are really going for it. I'm going to jump forward. We've got these 3 on the straight. Bourne, Eklund and Saunders. And Bourne's really putting pressure on Mars now. Battles going on with the trains of cars. Lars, oh, Lars is have to correct. Does that give Chris his opportunity? Is this indicative of the tyres just starting to go? Oh, and there's a car spinner. Sousa spun before. He's now last. And he'll get himself going again. One's got a great run here, but I don't know what the slipstream's like in the Porsche. He's not close enough to go for the pass. He'll show his nose and he'll back out, which is exactly what he's done. He's putting pressure on Mars, looking for a mistake. Dave Thompson's lost time, as is Mark Christopher, and Mark Christopher's off. He's back up and running again, but he's lost time. Dave Thompson's lost a lot of time on Howells, he's gone off as well. So, yeah, something's going. There's a couple of cars now starting to struggle. braking much later, Chris, isn't he? He's getting the car going quicker. Lars is really struggling with that. Looks like he can't get the power down out the corners. Chris is looking really racy here. He's going to get the drive on the corner coming out, I think, Chris. I don't know if Lars can get the power down the same as Chris here. I think we might just see Chris breeze past him. I know he's managed it, Lars, to be fair. Just the slow corners, Lars is struggling with power. Andrew Ambrose off. That's what the white flags are for. Slow car on track. Look at the car. Difference in the car movement. Lars compared to Chris. When you watch the front of the view, just watch the way the cars are moving. Chris is not moving at all. And yet Lars's car's just jiggling left and right ever so slightly. You can see it twitch there. No twitch from Chris. Look at the way they come around the corner. Like Chris's is glued to the road. Like he couldn't spin if he tried. There's Ambrose going down the inside. He's a slow driver. Saunders, meanwhile, is managing to pull away a little bit. And Ambrose off track. Something's gone on the timing board. I'm trying to work out what's gone on the timing board. Oh no, we covered something, nothing glitch. It seemed to lose focus of where we were up to. Andrew Ambrose now gone to the pits. Derrick Byrd is in 6th, PJ. Dave Thompson 7th, PJ's in 8th. This is really struggling getting past him now. Let's go to this battle here. As Howells has now made a mistake. Howells has lost out and is now behind PJ. But the aqua green is, Porsche is now following the Howells Porsche. Got Christopher behind him. There's quite Jamie's off as well. He's going slow. He's letting the cars pass. That's why he's gone off. He's letting the leaders through. Drive in there. And at least the cars aren't hitting the barriers. You know, if you don't hit the barriers, you can carry on running. It's when you hit the barrier you get aero damage. On the straight, you become a sitting duck. Even in the Porsche, you're a sitting duck. Because it's the top end you struggle with, and just as you're starting to get the grunt, you lose it. Mark Rogers at the moment is holding up the aqua green banner in 4th place, 6 seconds behind Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne is 4.4 seconds behind Lars. I'll go back to that one in a minute. He's keeping the pressure on Lars there. Lap times are amazingly similar. They're quicker than Saunders, two guys at the front. Christopher's just not got the pace to upset Howells here, and Howells will probably just carry on until one of them makes a mistake. Howells hit the curb hard there, though I've pushed him wide a little bit. I'm going to go to Chris Bourne. Chris Bourne's really gained on Lars here. Wide. Lars has managed to pull a bit more space out there. This is where you want to try and get the power down as soon as possible to get the run on the straight without over-rotating it, overtaking the curve really well there. But again, no passing opportunity. They are closing the gap down on Saunders ever so slightly. Don Harvey, just looking close there. I think Saunders made a mistake. Just allowed them to bunch up a little bit. Don Harvey is going for a pass on Aaron Shannon. Two of the new guys with us this season. They're both, we got a bit twitchy there. Both learning all the time. And I think they're probably both very similar caliber drivers at the moment. I don't mean that any disrespect to either driver. I think they're probably on a similar playing field at the moment, and you'll probably see that from the racing. Neil Bywater's off track again, really struggling. Steve Howells is now putting pressure on PJ. And these two guys are just sticking next to each other now, aren't they? Mike Molesky's just gone off in the background. You can see there. I'm going to go back to Steve Howells. Oh, Steve nearly lost it there, getting the curb. He's now defending against Christopher. Good little battle list between the three cars going on. Oh, contact. He got away with that. He got away with that one. Christopher as well, just switched a little bit. Howells was very late on the brake in there. He's going to make a move. Let's see if he makes a move. He's not going to get the run, but Christopher is. Is Christopher going to go around the outside? No, he's not going to get the run. If he kept the power on, he'd have drifted wide there. And you can see he's actually gone a little bit wide as it was. Howells again late under the braking. So he just really wants to get past. Don's still not managed to pass Aaron, so that, again, they're having a really good ding dong them too, to be fair. For those who don't know, Don is Woolly Pie whenever he comes into the chat. So if you've seen the name Woolly Pie, it's Don. And they're equally having the same sort of ding dong as these two guys are. And there we have a car off, and that's Howells has gone deep under braking. And that's now just putting Black a bit back, and Christopher's now going to charge down. Chris Bourne is really having a go at Lars again now. But I don't know whether Lars is struggling on that infield. Chris seems very quick. Howells has gone off again. So it's really going downhill for Howells, and David Gerard's now hunting him down. So he could end up going out the top 10 at this rate. Just made a couple of mistakes. Is that a sign of the tyres? 15 minutes to go. See, Chris has got the angle coming out there to give him that better drive compared to Lars. David Gerard is now hunting down Howells. I know he's been here before, but he is actually managing. I don't want to do commentator's curse here. He is managing to get a number of good laps together now, and he is going up the table a little bit. You know, take a bit of solace out of the car that's trying to kill him, because he hasn't damaged it. And there you go. And Steve Howells has put the power down too early. I think that's the tyres. I think he's still trying to drive it like he was on lap one, and the tyres just aren't playing the game. Neil Bywater's gone off again as well, and Neil Bywater is now looking down the barrel of the second to last. Oh, what's he trying to do? The car's coming. Oh dear, dear, dear. That's a difficult one. I don't want him to reverse and then get taken out. He's done that well. As long as he doesn't rotate it now. Birdie's to him. Right, let's go back to this battle. Chris Bourne is putting lots of pressure on it. Is Chris Bourne going to get Lars Eklund? What do we reckon? Is he going to do it or not? Got a good run there, Chris, but Lars just seems to get the power down. I don't know if Lars is running less wing and that's why his car's more twitchy than Chris's. Does seem quicker under acceleration. We've now got back markers to deal with. I think that's Hugh Morris in front of them. Yeah, oh, good man, Hugh. Not interfering with either driver. He does force Chris a little bit wide. And Billy Stewart is also in that battle as well. So hopefully Billy's not going to cause too many problems there. He's on the wrong side of the corner there. Chris is going wide. Chris wants to run down the inside. Is Billy going to let him go? Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. He does eventually. Also doesn't want to run into the back of Chris. Hugh's now gaining back on Billy. Let's just spread the field out a little bit just while we administer the back markers there. So the next back marker is 8 seconds up the field, which is Mike Molesky. And then they've got a bit of a gap between Mike Molesky and Britos for the next back marker, so they've got a couple of laps of racing now before back markers get in the way. Hugh is going for the pass on Billy. He's looking really quick now, Hugh. So Hugh's had a few problems with his wheel. He got a new McLaren wheel this week, and he put it on, and it lasted an hour or so or something of having problems. And you know, the eSeniors community is that great. He got quite a few recommendations. He thought it was all over with his equipment. A couple of guys said, yeah, we've had the same experience. He's now tightened up his wheel or something, which is a USB connector. He's been racing since, so fingers crossed. He was hopefully smiling a little bit better, although I know he's down in 18th place, but he's probably happy the fact that his equipment's now working. Because initially thought he'd snapped the pin, and it was actually the way the pins are designed, which he had no comparison, so he wouldn't know. So yeah, he's looking good, and he's looking pleased, and he's looking quick here as well. We've got a good run on Billy here. Neil Bywater's off track again, doing donuts. He's really struggling. I mean, he's going to get points, but he's a lap down. Yeah, you can see he's just taking the shortcut across country. He's not really bothered. Yeah, I'll go from here, he says. That gap at the front's really been disrupted now, and they're coming up to Mike Molesky, so I'll jump on board with Saunders, and we'll see how he's going to gain and pass Mike Molesky. Mike's been making a few mistakes. What we don't really want is someone to go off, make contact as they're spinning off. He's going around the outside. Mike's really letting go there. That was a good one. That's what you call listening to looking at the blue flags and letting the cars go. Chris Bourne's really down now. He's nearly 2 seconds off the pace. Or maybe Chris was pushing his tyres as well. Very quiet stream tonight, guys. Thanks to you lot for coming anyway and watching. So just had a message off Jeremy. He's got a new wheel and he had a problem with the calibration and his shifting got stuck. He couldn't use the gears. So he's obviously got a problem somewhere. So I think that's why Jeremy's decided to call it a day. And I'm under instruction to reset the server once it's up and running. Once the race is over, which I will gladly do for him. I'll make sure I don't forget that one. I'll be in trouble otherwise. Okay. There's nothing going on track at the moment at all. There's a little bit of a battle here. It's not what I'd call a major battle. Just nothing. Right. Ours though. These three are at it again. Hugh Morris has just passed Billy. And he made that pass quite easily there, Hugh. Must have had a good run. Now Lars is looking racy. 8 minutes to go. I can't work this out. I really can't work this out. Chris is great into that area. Look at the way Chris takes that angle. Completely different to them two. He gains so much time. He took half a second in that corner alone. He wants to stay off the grass though. Might spin the car out. And Billy's now took Hugh. Hugh's gone off. Oh, John Saunders with a big mistake. Does this give Lars the run he needs? Saunders has gone defensive, you can see. Staying on the right hand side, he's not letting Lars go. Lars has got a good run. Is it enough? Oh, contact! Contact! And that's it, Lars is off. Lars is off. Saunders and Lars, and Saunders is off. Let's just follow that back again. So we saw contact and they got together each other, but what I want to see is Saunders is losing places for fun. I want to see what happened to Saunders. So Saunders has gone pushed to the left here. That's where the contact. That's pushed Lars off, and Saunders carries on, and he just goes wide as well. And he couldn't regain it. So Saunders is still off. Looks like Saunders is in trouble now because fact, Saunders, from what I gather, has quit. Yep, David Gerrard had just gone off, so Saunders has called it a day. He's decided he's not playing this party anymore, and that means everyone goes up. So Christopher is now in 8th. They're still putting pressure on PJ. Rogers, meanwhile, I'm going to jump forward to Rogers in a second. Rogers is putting pressure on Byrd. So Bird's got a podium at the moment. That's what Rogers wants. Rogers wants the podium. Britos has gone off. I'm going to jump to Rogers. Rogers got enough. 6 minutes to go. Has he got enough to catch Byrd? Both taking slightly different angles into that corner. It's this corner that counts. So it's slightly wider there. Rogers really going for it. And Christopher's off. Christopher's lost time now on PJ. Back to Rogers. Oh, I thought he was going for a dive there. I was going to say he's nowhere near. Derrick's made a mistake there. I think Derrick got braking late. And it just allowed him to pull up a little bit there, Rogers, but Derrick got the power down well. Derrick's trying to break it. He's trying to break the toe, but this is good news for Chris and Lars up front. And there you go. Rogers has just gone deep. Outbroke himself, and that half a second lead is now 1.5 seconds. Just by a bit of outbraking, but I think that goes to show the faster driver is at the moment. Let's see if Rogers can pull that gap back. It was 1.5. These blue flags coming up. So Derrick's going to have to pass Danny Britos. We'll have the blue flags waving. And this is really not the area. Danny's letting him go. Won't impede. And that's really not where Rogers wants him to be. Oh, he's let Rogers go as well. Great driving, Danny, to be fair. He did the right thing there. He let both cars go. Terry Howard, sentence of the day. And he's gone off. And he's gone off. And he's gone off. Should have counted the spin, shouldn't we, for a giggle? Rogers is quick there. Harvey's putting pressure on Shannon. He's just gone wide. So yeah, these are the two guys that are very similar. You can see on track they're very similar as well. Derrick's a little bit of a nose ahead, but Rogers took half a second out of him in that lap. So Rogers is definitely the quicker car. Derrick needs to keep his wits about him, otherwise Derrick's going to lose the podium here. He'll be made up with the podium, Derrick. It's the only real battle on track at the moment. The braking difference there. This is where Derrick seems to gain though, with power. Well, he didn't do much that time. So I think coming onto the Bentley straight, Rogers might have a chance here if he can get the corner right. It's so quick through this area here. The braking point, he needs to be right up his jacksie coming into this corner onto Bentley. Derrick's took it good as well though. This is quite a good battle this. I think these two were battling last night in the Ginetta Cup as well. Yeah, they were. These two were together yesterday in the Ginetta Cup. Definitely later braking in the aqua green Porsches and the Rogers. Green, one of our sponsors, as is PWS Precious Washers.co.uk with Syndeo, syndeo.world. Great to have these guys sponsoring us and allowing us to carry on and provide this service to the wonderful eSeniors world. And thanks to everybody who donates. And if you're interested in some merch, go to our shop, which is linked on the website. never know, might have start adverts coming up soon, like YouTube. Don't worry when we're doing that. We already have the little icons rotating on the screen, that's enough. I'm going to take the entertainment away from the viewing, shall we say. Don Harvey is gained on Aaron. Aaron went wide and made a mistake. Don's locking it. So these two are still at it, and now they're catching Chris Bourne's catching them up. I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to go to Chris Bourne, because Chris Bourne's got these back markers to get through. These two back markers are racing. They're both new guys, so hopefully they'll listen to the they'll have read the rules and listen to the fact that we say, let the faster guys through on the blue flags. Oh, there's one done with. You just got Aaron to deal with now. The Lars will have the same battle. It's 6 seconds clear now, Chris Bourne of Lars. Chris has just got his foot down, really, hasn't he? He's done to Lars what he did to me yesterday. Just walked off. And Aaron's done him a favour. Oh, Chris waited. Well done, Chris. I thought that was, to be fair, Aaron stopped it as well. I thought that was going to be a bit of a nightmare for him. So Don's off again. Danny's gone off. And Don's gone off. Going off. And Rogers is not making any inroads with Derrick. He's stuck about half a second. And we are on the last lap. So I will go on board Mr. Bourne. So I've not been in the Porsche. I've done the Ferrari. I've done the BMW. And I've done the new Lambo. I'm going to talk a little about the show on Saturday. Give my views. Obviously, if I've not ridden the Porsche, I can't do much about it. But I know Jeremy will have done. So hopefully we'll have all cars covered as a result of that. This will be under the Audi. That's not been driven. But I've got a few notes on each of the cars anyway, so. So driver of the day. Are we having him on this late on? Or are we just going to go with the race? Mark Rogers has made a mistake. And it's going slow. He's now nearly 3 seconds behind. I mean, Chris Bourne's been perfect, hasn't he? To be fair. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Driver of the day. Put pressure on Lars. Managed to pass Lars, and obviously he's just run away now. He's eased quite off now because Lars is only 2 seconds behind. He knows what's going on. So, and there's a windscreen wiper. Like a trait. Just waiting for Derrick to come over the line. And there's Derrick. That's our podium. Well done, guys. Chris, Lars and Derrick. Great race. Cheers, Nikos. Thanks, everyone. Just see the cars over the line. On board with Dave Thompson. Mark Rogers got 4th. Dave Thompson is in 5th place. So he a good, respectable finish there. Significantly behind, but he did have a couple of mistakes and a couple of offs. So Dave will be pleased with that. I think he'll have been doing his own stream as well. So yeah, I'll definitely be pleased with that. And it looks like he managed to tame the beast as well a little bit. The finish line. Oh, Dave Thompson crosses the line. Eric Dont. Mark Christopher. DJ. In 8th place. Steve Howells. Bit of an unfortunate ending to his race. He was looking really good for a high finish. He still managed to finish. Don't take that away from him. He's in the top 10. He got a 9th place there. Goran following in behind, and David Gerrard finished. He didn't hit the barriers. Well done, David. I'm sure we'll see a video soon. And that's it, guys. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, all. I'll be back with the GT4s tomorrow.